We ended up at White Oak Community. Knew Pastor David through just the community, through White Oak. Lots of family and friends that were going to White Oak Community at the time, and we visited. And just fell in love with it. It was just a at-home atmosphere, small town atmosphere, and just fell in love with it.
Yeah, our kids were already going there on Wednesday nights, and they really liked it, so they kind of preferred to go to church there.
I guess one thing I really appreciate about White Oak Community is our fearless leader, Pastor David. The man can get up there and preach a sermon and say at the same time he's looking at himself in the mirror, talking to him and his family. You know, he's a real guy. He's just like us. He's just like us sitting in the congregation, and I truly appreciate him being that way.
Yeah, I know Brett and I have talked several times about how relatable he is just to our family, and like Brett said, just, you know, a real person with a real family, and just his preaching style is very easy to follow and very easy to understand, and just kind of puts it in a way that's easier, I think, for families to follow and you know what he's talking about.
Yep.
I know that, you know, I was raised in church, and so I've always been taught the importance of your family being in church, you know, every Sunday, and just being in church in general. But I know for Brett and I, in the last year or so, it's become more to us than just, you know, being at church. I know that for me, after the women's conference that we had, and just some small things happened at the women's conference that I guess kind of made me realize that, you know, there's a lot of things that go on at that church that people don't realize about. And I mean, it was something as simple as there not being any toilet paper in the women's bathroom, and me going, hey, there's no toilet paper in the women's bathroom, but somebody has to do that, you know. Right. And so it was just a moment then of me realizing, you know, I feel like I need to get a little bit more plugged in and be a little bit more actually a part of this church, and not just show up on Sundays. But also after that women's conference, because Lechelle was there, David had mentioned in church the next Sunday that it had been, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I think he said 5 or 6 years since she had been there, and that was right when we first started going to White Oak Community. And it just occurred to me, I was like, wow, you know, for 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, you know, me and Brett have been saying to each other probably a couple times a month, hey, we should get in a life group, hey, we should get more involved, hey, we should do this, we should do that. And that's kind of what it was. It's just a, you know, say it and then never do it. So we just kind of decided at that point in time that, you know, we needed to step up our game a little bit, for not just for us, but for our whole family, and get more plugged in, get more involved, get in a life group, you know, be with people and around people who have the same mindset that we have right now for our life together with each other and our family.
I read a daily devotional this morning about kind of just going on what she said about the life group. I read a daily devotional this morning about you are who you hang out with, you are who you're around, and the life group's perfect because they have the same roles that we have. They're our brothers and sisters, and our brothers and sisters in Christ. I just love it. I love being around them. They have our back, we have their back, and it's just a church family. When your kids are little, especially ours are getting older now, but especially when they're babies, toddlers, the husband or the man of the house is the God they're looking at, and they have to learn it through you. They have to learn it, and they have to see it, and they have to believe it. As simple as praying with them at night, to being encouraging, to making sure they're in church every Sunday, to making sure they're on Wednesday nights, and let them enjoy that, and let them just soak it all in. We want to pray with them before dinner. We want them to know that everything that we do is Christ-centered, and very, very important. I recommend that all men, just husbands, fathers, just take that role. It's our jobs. It's our jobs, and just take the role and do it. Period.
it's life-changing. It's so helpful.
I've told a lot of people the sermon, or let me back up, the weekly deal we did where David had the bracelets.
Yeah.
That was, I think it was 752.
Yeah.
Pray with your family. No, pray 7 days a week. Pray with your family 5 days a week. Pray with your spouse at least 2 times a week. That was huge. I think that was one of the turning points in my walk with God, for sure. Me and Stephanie just sitting down together and praying together. I mean, one-on-one, we had done it, but that was kind of a turning point. Just really doing it more often in our walk with God. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoy reading, getting to talk to everybody before church starts, and just getting to see everybody and try to affect their morning, and just get to talk to everybody before church. And
I enjoy going to church and being able to talk with my friends and learn about God.
I enjoy teaching the kids about God and being able to learn about God when I'm not teaching them, and going to big church with my family.
To see my friends and to get some candy and to learn about Jesus.
We are the McKinney's, and we are super excited to be part of White Oak Community Church.